Hello students, I am Saranya Babu, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, AJIET Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangaluru. So today we will be going ahead with Module 5 of C Programming for Problem Solving. So under Module 5, the topic that comes are structures, pointers and preprocessor directives. Already some concepts of pointers we have already learned it in the previous module. And also preprocessor directives. Some of the preprocessor directives are also done when we had begun our when we were starting with our C programming. So today, as we are starting with module 5, we'll be focusing on the first part in the module 5, that is nothing else but structures. Okay, we are starting with the concept called as structures. Coming to the definition of structure. Now, why we need the structure? Okay. Structure is a collection of elements of same or different data types under a single name. Clear? Structure means a collection of elements. It is a collection of elements of same. Either it can be same data types or different data type, but it is under a single name. Even we had learned about arrays. Even arrays is a collection of elements, but there is a condition for array, that array is a collection of elements but of same data type elements. Understood? Arrays can hold elements of same data type. Suppose if I declare an array as integer, int array, if I declare, then that particular array can hold only integer elements. Understood? Suppose if I declare an array as character array, it can hold only character elements. Suppose if I declare an array as floating point value, float array A. Suppose if it is a float data type, then it can hold only floating point values. Nothing else it can hold. But whereas structure, it can hold elements of same data type or also of different data type, and it is under a single name. Is it clear? So structure means it is a collection of elements of same or different data types under a single name. So suppose now when I give an example of structure, okay, say that we have n number of students in the class. So if I take a particular student, okay, I'm taking the first roll number in the class. Now suppose if I want to describe that student, what are the characteristics that we are assigning for that student in order to identify? We have that student's name, we have that student's USNR, we have that student's ID number, and then we have that student which branch she is and which section, correct? So we have name obviously it's of which data type? Name is of character string data type. Then if I take this thing, roll number, it is of integer. If I take USN, again it is a character string. Then comes the section, again a character. So it is a mixture of different data types, right? Name string is there, character is there, integer is there. So everything we can include under a single name, that is called a structure. So structure can hold the details of all those. For a single student, if I take a structure, can hold the data of that single student, different data of that single student. Is it clear? So now we'll see how we can give. So when I do a structure, whenever you want to have a structure in your program, there are when you're using a structure in your program, first thing is you have to define the structure. Understood? You have to define the structure. You have to define the structure means it is nothing else but it is structure definition. Clear? It is structure definition. Syntax is, you have to start with the keyword struct. Is it clear? This is default. This should be the struct. Struct is the keyword that you are using, so that should be that. Followed by tag name. This is user choice. Okay, tag name what you are giving is up to the choice of user. Struct tag name followed by flower bracket, then the members that are there in this particular structure. Clear? When you are declaring, since this particular structure can hold elements of different data type, under the flower bracket you have to tell who are the members and what are its data type. Is it clear? since the structure can hold members of different data types, you should mention which are the members and what are its data types. Is it clear, students? So we'll start with the keyword struct followed by tag name. Tag name is of user choice, followed by flower bracket, then give data type member1. The first member, its data type, semicolon. Data type member 2's name, semicolon. Like that. It continues like that. N members can be included in a structure, followed by closing bracket and end it with a semicolon. Don't forget, each time structure ends with a semicolon. Structure definition ends with a semicolon. So how do you define a structure? You have to start with the keyword struct followed by the tag name and then the flower bracket. Inside, declare the members that are there in this particular structure. Understood? Declare the members that are there in this structure. So member 1, what is its data type? Member 2, what is its data type? Like that, and members with its data type. At last, close the bracket, flower bracket, and put the semicolon. This indicates the end of structure definition. Is it clear? End of structure definition. We'll show one example for it. So how do you start? Again, struct, right? Keyword is struct, followed by what is the tag name? It is employee. This particular example, I'm going to describe or I'm going to explain how we are defining a structure for an employee. Okay? You are going to define an employee using structure. So how do you define a structure? Starting with the keyword struct. Clear? What is the tag name that I'm using? The tag name that I am using is employee. Clear? The tag name that I am using is employee. Followed by curly bracket. Understood? The same curly bracket. Followed by data type. What is the data type that you are using? Character. Clear? Because for employee, first thing is name. Understood? So character array means it is nothing else, it is a string. Right? How do you declare a name? Suppose if you want to define a name means, obviously we give the data type as character, name, and then array representation. Okay? Because it is an a name. If you are writing it in terms of string, it's nothing else but it is a array of characters. So that is why we have declared it like this. Now, float salary. Second member that I am going to define is salary. What is its data type? I'm going to give it in terms of float. So name is in terms of character, salary is in terms of floating point, employee number is in terms of integer. Then I am done. Closing bracket and ending with semicolon. So understood, student? So here, when you are defining a structure, you have to start with the keyword struct. Is it clear? You have to start with the keyword struct. What is this? Employee is the tag name. Then these are the members. Clear? Understood? So employee is the tag name. Is it clear, student? Employee is the tag name. Then these many things, that is name. Understood? Name, salary, and employee number. These three are the members. Clear? These three are the members. Name, salary, employee number are the members of this particular structure employee. Clear? So these are the members. Understood? So whenever you are defining a structure, how do you define? You are defining the structure as okay. You'll define the structure as with the keyword struct followed by the tag name. Understood? Followed by the tag name. So what is the tag name that you are giving? You are going to give the tag name as if of your choice. You can give the tag name. I have given it as employee because I am going to describe an employee. Okay, struct tag name is employee. Open the bracket, start the members. Which are the members that are used to characterize this employee? Again, this names, members can vary according to your choice. First, anyhow, for a basic recognition, we need the name and employee number. Another one which I have given is salary. Okay, these are the details of this employee. So if I have to declare name, it is of character array. Salary is in terms of float. Employee number is in terms of integer data type. That is why a particular structure can hold elements of multiple data type, because in this particular example you can see which are the different data types that I have used. I have used character, I have used float, and I have used integer. Is it clear? Whereas in an array you cannot hold elements of multiple data types, whereas in structure you can hold elements of multiple data types. Is it clear? And when you end the structure definition, you have to end it with semicolon. Is it clear? So this is what you mean by structure definition. Clear? Once structure definition is done, next thing is how do you declare structure variables. Clear? Next is how you declare structure variables. How you declare structure variable is starting with the keyword struct followed by the tag name that you used and give the variable names according to the program. So I'll give an example. See here, the example is struct employee. I have given in EMP1 and EMP2. That means I am going to define the structure for two employees. Clear? Employee 1 and employee 2. Structure is same, employee, but two variables for that particular structure, employee 1 and employee 2. Employee 1 will have different value for that particular structure members. Employee 2 will have different values for those structure members. So here understood, struct, when you are declaring the variable, structure variable, starting with the keyword struct followed by the tag name. So what is the tag name? Tag name is nothing else but it is employee. The same thing how we have given in the previous slide which I explained. Variable 1 is EMP1, variable 2 is EMP2. Is it clear? So this is declaring structure. Understood? This is declaring structure. So now structure initialization. How do you initialize the value for the structure variables? Assigning the value to the structure member field. Member field means which are the member fields? We have already seen in the beginning I had shown you member fields, right? So member field means in the initially in the slide I had shown you, when you are assigning the value to the when you are defining a structure, struct employee, under that you had given character name, employee number, int employee number, float salary, and all you had given, right? So same thing. Okay, same thing you are giving even here. Yeah, now you are assigning value to those members. That is what you mean by structure initialization. So is it clear? You have structure definition, structure declaration, and structure initialization. How do you initialize the values for the structure? Syntax is again starting with struct followed by tag name. Okay, tag name and the variable. Which is the variable that we are using? In the previous example, struct, keyword struct was there followed by employee. EMP1 was one variable name, right? Same way. Struct tag name variable equal to, then put the values inside the flower bracket and end it with semicolon. This is how you initialize value to a variable. Same way, structure variable, structure members, how we are assigning the values. For example, struct employee EMP1 is equal to, see, just tell me in the structure this thing I had given when you were seeing the structure definition, which are the members that we have? Struct employee was the tag name. Let EMP1 be the variable. Which are the members? Name, salary, EMP number. So how you are initializing the values to it? Struct employee, struct tag name is employee, variable is EMP1. First was name, right? Always name is a string. Character array means it is a string. That is why I have given it in double quote. Okay, whenever you are giving name, you have to give it in the double quote. Whenever you are using string, character array in your program, you have to give it in. You have to give the value in terms of double quote. You all know that. Comma, then comes salary. You give the salary, comma, then employee number. Is it clear, everyone? So these three are the values for this particular employee, which is given with the variable EMP1. Clear? These three are the values for the particular employee EMP1. So the complete structure definition, declaration and initialization of employees as shown below. So first what comes? You have to define the structure, correct? How do you define the structure? Starting with the keyword struct followed by the tag name. What is the tag name that I am giving? Because I am going to give for the employee, right? So I will give employee followed by curly bracket. Then what are the members? Structure definition means how will you give structure definition? keyword struct followed by tag name, flower bracket, put the members. What are the members? What are the members under this employee structure? Character name array, this is string. Then float salary, second member. Int employee number, this is third members. End it with a flower bracket, semicolon. So this is structure definition. Clear? Structure definition is done. So first comes the structure definition. Structure definition always starts with the keyword struct followed by the tag name. Put the flower bracket, put the members under this particular structure, end the flower bracket with a semicolon. Then comes the structure declaration. Structure declaration is what? You have to, in order to use this structure in the main function, you have to define variable for this particular structure. Clear? So structure, how do you declare? Struct, again tag name struct, then struct keyword, then tag name employee, then the variable of your choice. I have declared two variables, emp1 comma emp2. Now how will you initialize this? Struct employee emp1 is equal to Raj. Why Raj? First struct employee. Struct employee means I am referring structure employee. Okay. Under that, the one variable which I have already declared is emp1. So I am giving struct employee emp1's. His values are, under the structure, the name is Raj, salary is 1000 and employee number is 1. Is it clear? This is how you are assigning the values to a structure. Understood? This is how you are assigning the values to a structure. Clear everyone? So this is structure definition, structure declaration and structure initialization. Now this particular structure initialization, as how I had explained you how to initialize value to a variable, same way how you can assign the value to structure variable. You can either assign it like this or you can read it from the user. Clear? So this is another example. Now one more variable was there. So struct employee emp2. So struct employee emp2 I have given Taj, salary is 2000 and employee number is 2. Clear? So these are the two variables for the structure, and for employee 1 the value for name will be Raj, value for salary will be 1000, value for emp number will be 1. For the struct employee emp2, for the variable emp2, value for name will be Taj, salary will be 2000, employee number will be 2. Now how we are accessing members of structures? Clear? How we are accessing members of structures? The member of structure is identified and accessed using the dot operator. Clear? How you can access the member of, because members means it is given like this, right? In this particular members, how can, suppose I want to take the value of only salary, employee 1 salary I want. How will I access it? Okay, how will I access? Employee 1 salary I want. I know it is 1000. I want to access it. How will I access it in the program? You have to use the struct variable. What is struct variable? What is a variable? Struct variable emp1 and emp2 in this case, right? These two are the variables. So struct variable dot member name. Which member you want? These are the members. Remember always, these are the members of a structure. Whatever you define inside structure, those are the members. And structure declaration, what you are giving, those are the struct variables. Clear? So suppose if I want to access employee 1's salary, how should I access? Using dot operator. How will I use dot operator? Struct variable dot member name. So suppose if I want to find out the salary of the emp1, how should I use? What is the variable name? emp1 dot which member I want to access? I want to know the salary, right? emp1 dot salary. Clear? The variable is emp1 dot salary. That is going to give me the value 1000. Is it clear? That is, the struct variable is emp1. His salary is stored in the member salary. Clear? Now you consider the structure definition and initialization as shown below. Struct employee, same thing. Character name, float salary, int employee number. So this is nothing but this is structure definition. Then struct employee E. Okay, this is direct initialization. I did not declare. I mean, it is not separate, I have declared and I have initialized the value at a stretch. Okay, so I am giving it as struct employee E. See, all these are of our choice. Here I have given the variable as EMP1 and EMP2. Instead of that, I can give E1, E2, anything I can give. This variable name, tag name and all is of my choice. But while declaring same tag name, I should use. That's it. Okay. So here you see this particular structure, struct employee, name, salary, employee number. So this is structure definition. Coming to the declaration and initialization, I'll do it in a single step. How should I do? Starting with the keyword struct. Next is the tag name. What is the tag name? Employee. Now this is the variable name that you can define. I'll just give it as E equal to Raj 1001. That is E equal to Raj means it will go to the first field, that the first member, that is name. 1000 it will go to salary. 1 it will go to employee number. So this is nothing else, it is structure initialization. Clear? Now suppose if I want to know that that particular employee's name means, how should I use? Which is a structure variable here? What is a structure variable here? Always remember this E. E is the structure variable. In previous example, EMP1, EMP2, those were the structure variables. Okay, don't get confused. Structure variable. So structure variable is E. Clear? Structure variable. So now this is structure variable. So now structure variable E dot name. If I write E dot name, then it can access the string Raj. Clear? It can access the string Raj. Fine. So if I write the variable A, the structure employee means E is the variable. E dot name is going to give you Raj. Why? Because I initialized it as Raj. Understood? So whenever you want to access the members, whenever you want to access the variable, how will you use it? Structure variable dot member. So if I write E dot name, it is going to give me the value what? Raj. If I want to know the salary of that employee, E dot salary. Is it clear? E dot salary. That will give you the salary. Next, employee number if I want to know, E dot EMP number. Is it clear everyone? So that is what always, if you want to access the value, it is nothing else but it is E dot operator you need to use. Okay, variable name dot the members. Clear? Variable name dot members. Fine. Now suppose if you want to print it, how will you print it? Same thing, printf. Suppose I want to print the name of that employee. So what did I tell? If you want to know the name of the employee, it is nothing else but E dot name. Correct? So same thing, printf percentages. Why percentages? Because name is stored as a string, right? String means character array. So it is nothing else but it is string. So if I want to print the name of that employee, give printf percentages format specifier, comma, name is stored in E dot name. It prints the name of the employee. Printf percentage F. Why percentage F? Salary is in float. So printf percentage F E dot salary. It will print the salary. Printf percentage D. Why percentage D? It is employee number is an integer. Printf percentage D E dot EMP number. So it prints the employee number. Is it clear? So this is how you print it. Fine. If you want to print the value of those variable. Now suppose if you want to read the values for various members of structure, see here you are printing. Say that you did not give like this. Okay, you did not initialize like this. Understood everyone? You did not initialize like this. Fine, you did not initialize. Now if you have not initialized like this, how will you read the values? Nothing else but you ask the user, enter the employee name. Scanf percentage S, because it is a string, right? Percentage S, comma, store it in the address of E dot name. Since it is a string, I don't have to use ampersand sign. Scanf, read the string and store it in E dot name. Why E dot name? Because I'm storing it to that particular variable's member. Clear? If there is multiple member, for example, employee 1, then employee 1, employee 2. That is the case, employee 1 dot name. Understood? So for each employee I have their own structure members value will differ. So it reads the employee name. Next, scanf %f comma ampersand e dot salary. It reads the salary of the employee. Is it clear? It reads the salary of the employee. Scanf %d comma ampersand e dot employee number. What is this ampersand e dot employee number? It reads the employee ID. Clear? It reads the employee ID. Fine. So reading values for various members of structures. Is it clear, everyone? Same way how you are printing. Suppose if there was no initialization like this, if you have not initialized like this, if you are asking the user to enter the value for name, salary and employee number, in that case you have to declare the structure variable. Is it clear? Suppose even though initialization is not there, you are supposed to declare the structure variable. How will you declare the structure variable? Just write struct employee E in the main function. End it with semicolon. Then you read it. Scanf %s e dot name. Then enter the salary. Scanf %f ampersand e dot salary. So it will go and store it in that location. Scanf %d ampersand e dot employee number. It will read the employee ID. Now I'll show you a complete program which is going to read all the details. Fine? Which is going to read all the details. Okay, so the program is write a program to read employee number, name, salary and print the details. Clear? What is the program? Write a program to read employee number, name, salary and print the details, which is using structure. So how will you start the program? Always the program we are starting with the header file #include stdio.h. Immediately after that, same like how you are done for your function declaration, same thing here, but in the structure you are going to define the structure. Clear? First comes the structure definition. How will you do the structure definition? Start with the keyword struct followed by the tag name. What is the tag name? This is of your choice. Tag name is of your choice. Since I am going to deal with the details of employee, I have given the tag name as employee. After that, what comes? Flower bracket. You are defining, right? You are defining the structure. So what are the members that should be there in this employee structure? Employee number, name, salary. Okay, so I am going to give character name. In any order you can give character name. It is in string. Float salary. Int employee number. Okay, I have all the three members, right? Employee number is there, salary is there, name is there. Okay, all three members are there. Once the structure definition is completed, what you are supposed to do? Once the structure definition is completed, you have to end the flower bracket, end it with semicolon. Is it clear, student? After the header file, give the structure definition. Is it clear? Then comes the main function. Inside the main function, what you are supposed to do first? After structure definition, then comes the structure declaration. Clear? So structure declaration is again with the keyword struct followed by the tag name, same tag name what you have used in the definition, employee. Then here I have given the variable name as E. Clear? Here I have given the variable name as E. You can give any variable of your choice. See, one more option how you can declare is just before the semicolon you can just put E. No need to give struct employee and all again like the main function. You can just put E here. Okay, you can just write that. But we will follow this particular way. Okay. So inside the main function, no need of confusion. Inside the main function, struct employee E. After that, what? You need to read the employee number, name, salary. So what you will ask? Printf, you are asking the user, enter the name, number and salary of the employee. Clear? How will you read it? How will you read it? Scanf, name I will read and store it in E dot name, correct? %s, I am reading the detail of name. First is name, so that I will read it and store it in E dot name. Don't just write name. E dot name. What is that? For accessing the location or anything, you need the structure variable. What is the structure variable here? E. So E dot first member is name. So %s to E dot name. Next %d, that is the employee number. that I will store it in E dot ampersand E dot employee number, EMP number, comma salary, it is in float, I will read and store it in ampersand E dot salary. Clear? So I have read and stored it in E dot name, so you can do it. I mean the name. When the user enters name, I have to read it and store it in E dot name. Number, I have to read and store it in E dot employee number. For everything, for reading and printing, I need the structure variable. Is it clear, students? I need the structure variable E dot employee number, and then for salary, I need E dot salary. Is it clear? So this is how you are reading the details. Now printf entered name, number and salary of employee is, this is just a print statement. Okay, this is just a print statement. I'll print that printf %s/t %t/t %f. Percentages is stored in E dot name, %t employee number is in E dot employee number, salary is in E dot salary. Is it clear? Put the format specifier. While reading, put the ampersand sign and put E dot name, E dot employee number, E dot salary. While printing, it is already there in these fields, right? While printing, I don't want this ampersand sign. Just print it with the proper format. /t I have given. First name, then a tab, then employee number, then a tab, and then the salary. So you are reading the details here and you are printing the details here. Is it clear? So understood? So this particular things were nothing else but it is structure, definition, and this particular thing was structure declaration with variable E. Is it clear? Yes, you have defined the structure declaration with variable E, and using that structure variable E, you have read the details and also you have printed the details. Is it clear? So enter the name, salary and number of employee. I have given Raj 1001. Entered name is so much. Okay. So this is the concept. Understood? So always when you have a program using structure, after the header file, define the structure. Always remember to define the structure starting with the keyword struct and then the tag name. Put the members. End it with a semicolon. Inside the main function, declare the structure variable that you want to use, and then read the details and print the details or whatever function that you're supposed to do. Next is a very important concept, that is one is array inside structure and next is structure arrays. We will see both of it. Now what is this array inside structure is? I'll show you one example. Array inside structure. So again, starting with this is an example. Okay, header file. I have defining a structure called as student. Okay, so the members are, one is name, USN in terms of integer. Then I have marks. It is in terms of array. Now don't get confused. This array, I am already using an array. Why? What is the specialty of array inside structure again? See, name is a character array, it is string. This is nothing else but it is string. But here I have used integer. Marks 3 means I am going to read 3 marks. Okay, 3 marks details I am going to do. This is an array. Okay, array name is marks, data type is integer, array name is marks. It is going to hold up to 3 marks. Then another variable is total. So what I am going to do is I want to find the total marks of a student. Okay, I want to find the total marks of the student. So always when you are defining the structure, define the members inside the structure. I have defined the members inside the structure, and then see, this is the array of marks as a data member. Clear? 3 marks I need to know. Okay, so array of marks as a data member. Inside the main function, what is the first step? Declaring the structure, right? Declaring the structure variable. How will you declare the structure variable? Struct student, then the variable name. So I have given struct student, I have given the variable name as S. Okay. Then I have declared another I comma n, because why? I means I need a looping variable because it is an array. I need to read the marks of the student. So now I'll ask user to print the enter the USN and name. Okay, I can store USN and name. How I can store USN and name? S.USN, S.name. So user will enter, read it. USN is integer. So scanf %d. Where should I store? S.USN. Okay, struct student variable is S. It's USN. S.USN, comma. Name is in terms of string, %s. It should be stored in S.name. Clear? It should be stored in S.name. Then, how will you read the marks? Printf enter marks in 3 subjects. Why? It is int marks of 3. So, for I equal to 0, I less than 3. Same how you are using for an array. For I equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. How will you do? Scanf %d ampersand s dot marks of I. Ampersand s. Structure variable is s. S dot marks of I. Then calculate the total. Within the for loop itself, you can calculate the total, right? S dot total is equal to S dot total plus S dot marks of I. Understood what is S dot total? Total. Okay, so S dot marks, you are reading and storing the value in S dot marks of I, and at the same time S dot total is equal to S dot total plus S dot marks of I. Initially S dot total is 0. So 0 plus first mark, that will be S dot total, then that plus second mark, then that total plus third mark, like that. Okay, so I have read the marks in 3 subject. Printf student with USN %d and name %s has total marks %d. Where all these are stored? These are stored in USN is stored in S dot USN, name is stored in S dot name, and the total is stored in S dot total. We don't want that marks. We want the total marks. So that is why S dot total is equal to S dot total plus S dot marks of I. Is it clear? S dot total is equal to S dot marks. S dot USN. Sorry, S dot total is equal to S dot total plus S dot marks of I. Fine. So this is what you are reading. 3 marks and calculating its total. Same way, enter this output, enter the USN and name. I'll give the USN as 101, then Raj is the name. Enter marks in 3 subject. We will enter the marks 50, 60, 70. So student with, this is the output, the final statement. Student with USN 101 and name Raj has total marks 50 plus 60, 110 plus 70, 180. Is it clear? This is how you have to get the output for that particular subject. Is it clear? This is how you have to get the output for that particular subject. Now, coming to array of structures. Okay. So, the previous one was array inside structure. Clear? This was array inside structure. Next, what we are going to see is array of structure. Clear? Array of structures. So how will you deal with array of structures? So array of structures is how we are using array of structures. Okay. Now what is the point in array of structures? Why we want this array of structures? See, array of structures when you want is, suppose I want to store the details of 10 students. Or 20 students. I want to store the details of 20 students. I want to store the details of 15 employees, like that. Is it possible for you to keep on declaring 15 variables and then taking each variable's value and all? Is it possible? No. Instead of that, what you can do? You can declare an array of structure. Is it clear? Same way how we have started with the concept of array. Instead of having different, suppose if I want to have 10 values to be printed, suppose if I want to know first 10 or first 20 numbers, each variable storing its value and printing is going to take a lot of time. So instead of that, I have declared an array. The same way here also, I am going to declare an array of structures. Okay. So see here, I will do with one example. After the header file, I have defined a structure employee. Okay. With the same example, previous examples, name is a member, salary is a member, employee number is the member, end it with the semicolon, structure definition is done. Inside the main function, first thing is structure declaration. See the difference here. Struct employee of 10. What is this? Normally, how do you declare? You declare the structure variable as struct then the tag name, and then the variable name. But here variable name, and then in the bracket I have given 10. That means I have 10 employee data. In this particular structure, employee can hold up to 10 employee details. Clear? Can hold up to 10 employee details. So this is what array of structures to store multiple employee details. Is it clear? It can store multiple employee details. So here we have given 10. So see here in 10 comma I, printf, enter the number of employees. Total how many employees data you want to enter. Even though I have given the limit as 10, it is up to the user. Enter the number of employees. So I can read it and store it in the variable n. For I equal to 0, I less than and I plus plus, then printf enter the details of employee 1. Suppose I is 0. So in the first iteration 0 plus 1, enter the details of employee 1. How will you then? Printf enter the name, comma, salary and employee number. Then scanf percentages, percentage f, percentage t. What is that? Percentage s is for name, percentage f is for salary, percentage d is for employee number. And where should it store? Before how I used to give e dot name, ampersand e dot salary, ampersand e dot employee number. Now since it is an array, because for when I is equal to 0, I am storing in the 0th location of the array. It is array of structure. The first structure first structure variable is e of 0. Its name, salary, employee number will be read. Next iteration, when I is plus plus, okay, when I is equal to 1, I am going to enter the details of employee 1 plus 1, 2, employee 2. Employee 2's details will be E of I will be 1 right now. So E of 1 dot name, E of 1 dot salary, E of 1 dot employee number. Same way when I increments, E of 2 dot name, E of 2 dot salary, E of 2 dot employee number. So like this I am going to store the values. Understood? Because here you are not going to store just one employee details, multiple employees details. That is what the concept of array of structures. Is it clear? This array of structures is a very important concept. Everyone should be knowing this array of concept. The array of structures concept very well. Is it clear, everyone? So always when you are having struct employee, remember this struct employee E of 10. In the structure declaration part comes the change. If it is an array of structure, you have to declare the variable, the structure variable as an array. Okay. So this indicates it can hold up to 10 employee details. But still you ask the user how many employee details you want to store. The user will give, read it and store it in the variable n. Put the for loop and take the details. And the details of employee 1. That is why percentage d I plus 1 I have written. Employee 1. Read the salaries. Store it in E of I dot name, E of I dot salary, E of I dot employee number. Is it clear? So like that, as the I increments, suppose if I have given 5 till 5 employees details, it will take and it will store it in its appropriate location. Is it clear, everyone? So that is what reading an employee details using array of structures. So while printing for I equal to 0, I less than n, printf details of employee 1 is entered name, salary and employee number is so much. Is it clear? So for 5 employee means for 5 employees details will be printed like this. Output you see. Enter number of employees. Say that I have entered 2. Okay, I am entering 2. Next, immediately after that, enter the details of employee 1. Enter name, salary and employee number. So what you have to enter? Name is Raj. I am just entering. Salary 12,000 I am entering. Employee number I am going to enter it as 15. Okay, this is the input. Whatever in the red color is given, that is the input that we have to give. Then that time when you press enter, it will give enter details of employee 2. Why employee 2? Because I have given 2 employees. So enter the details of employee 2. Same way, enter name, salary and employee number. This is what running inside the for loop for reading the values. Okay, in the scanf. So now I have given Tejas 10,000. Employee number is 18. Now this is printing the details. Details of employee 1. Entered name, salary and employee number is Raj 12,015. Details of employee 2. Entered name, salary and employee number is Tejas 10,018. So this is how you are going to get the output. Is it clear, student? So this is what I said, like array of structures. Is it clear? Array of structures. So array of structures is very important concept. The only change when it comes is when you are declaring the structure variable, it should be in terms of an array. So since it is an array, when you are reading the values and when you are printing the values, it should be inside the for loop. And when you are accessing, you should put the index and then the access, e of I dot name, e of I dot salary, like that. See next program. Write a program to read employee number, name, salary and print the details if salary is greater than rupees 5,000. So what I need to do here, I have to read multiple employee number, name, salary, and you need to print the details also. And at the same time, when you're printing the details, you need to print the detail if the salary is greater than 5,000. You're starting with the header file. First comes the structure definition. How will you define the structure? Struct employee, flower bracket, field, members, name, salary, employee number. I'm done with the structure. Close the flower bracket and the semicolon. Inside the main function, so inside the main function, what is the first thing I need to do? Structure declaration, structure variable declaration. How will you declare the structure variable? I have multiple employees here, so it is an array. So I'll give struct employee e of 10. Anything you can give this variable of your choice, the size also of your wish. In 10 comma I, since there is a looping. So but still you ask the user how many employees details you want. Enter the number of employee, read and store it in the variable n. Put the loop for I equal to 0, I less than till the number entered by the user, I plus plus, you read the details. Printf enter details of employee, same way of the previous example. Printf enter name, salary and number of employee. You are reading the you are reading same way, e of I dot name and ampersand e of I dot salary, ampersand e of I dot employee number. Reading is done. Now you are printing the details of employees whose salary is greater than 5,000. Understood? You need to print the details of employee whose salary is greater than 5,000. Others details you don't want. So how will you print it? You just give that print of details of employees whose salary is greater than 5,000 print statement. After that, put the for loop. You want to check in the entire employee details, right? For I equal to 0, I less than and I plus plus. Which field do you need to check? See, which field do you need to check? If any employee's salary is greater than 5,000. How will I check if any employee's salary is greater than 5,000? Already I'm inside the for loop. So, if E of, see normally E dot salary, but I cannot put E dot salary. Here multiple employees are there. E of I dot salary. If E of I, when I is equal to 0, E of 0 salary, I am checking whether E of 0 salary is greater than 5,000. When I is equal to 1, I am checking whether E1 dot salary is greater than 5,000. When I is equal to 2, I am checking E2 dot salary is greater than 5,000. If any of its salary is greater than 5,000, print that particular person's name. How will you print it? E of I dot name, E of I dot salary, E of I dot employee number. So if any person's salary is greater than 5,000, print that person's name, salary and employee number. Is it clear? This is how you are doing the checking. Okay. So we are printing the name, salary and employee number. So each employee salary is checked here. So this is enter number of employees 2, enter the same way how we have done. So if the salary is greater than 5,000, see in this case, whose salary is greater than 5,000? Taj. His salary 6,000. So his details will be printed. Is it clear? Only his details will be printed. Now next is passing structure to function. How will you pass structure to functions? Okay, we had a function concept. So write a program to add two complex numbers by passing structure as function argument. So same way, after the header file defining the structure, see, to add or to subtract two complex number, what you do? You just add and subtract the corresponding real and imaginary part. For example, 5 plus 3i and 4 plus 2i. What is the sum? What is 5 plus 4? 9. 3 plus 2? 5. So 9 plus 5i. Okay, so same thing. So I need two members, float real, float imaginary. I've done with the structure definition. This is the function. Okay, void add struct complex C1 comma struct complex C2. This is the structure. This is how you are passing the structure. Clear? This is the variable declarer. You are declaring that struct complex C1, struct complex C2. Then inside that you have given struct complex temp, that is temp dot real. Real part I am calculating. How I will calculate the real part? C1 dot real plus C2 dot real. If you take these two numbers, this real part plus this real parts. So same way, C1 dot real plus C2 dot real. Same way, temp dot imaginary is equal to C1 dot imaginary plus C2 dot imaginary. Sum is so much. Temp dot real comma temp dot imaginary. Temp dot real plus temp dot imaginary. Understood? This is how you pass the structure to functions. Fine. So in the main function, you declare the so inside the main function, you are declaring the structure variable. Struct complex, two variables I want C1, C2. Enter the real and imaginary of first complex number, C1 dot real, C1 dot imaginary. Enter the real and imaginary of second complex number, C2 dot real and C2 dot imaginary. Then just call the function add. How will you call add? Add with C1 comma C2, because C1 and C2 is having the value C1 comma C2. So like this you will get the output. Fine. Now nested structure. Next concept is nested structure. Nested structure is nothing else but structure inside a structure. This is called as nested structure. Now there are two ways you can create nested structure. One is embedded structure. One more is two structure declaration. Okay, any ways you can do. First one, embedded structure is, see here, structure employee, struct employee. What are the fields I have? Employee name, float salary, int emp id. Inside that I am defining another structure called as date. D, int date, int m, int y, date, month and year. And then when I am ending, I am declaring a variable for this structure, that is DOJ, date of joining. So this is what I said. Like this also you can declare the member, variable. DOJ is the variable for the structure date. Then the main structure is closed. Okay, this is one way you can do embedded. This is called as embedded structure. One more is two structure. This is also nested structure. How it is, see, it is a program where struct date, I have struct date, int d is there, int m is there, int y is there. Okay, structure. Now under struct employee, I have name, employee number, salary. Inside that I have another structure variable declaration. What is the structure variable? Struct date. It's already defined here. Struct date. It's variable DOJ, date of joining. Clear? So like this you can do two separate structure, and one structure's variable you will be giving as a member in another structure. So here the struct date, its variable has been declared as a member of the struct employee class. Sorry, struct employee. So in the main function, the main structure that I am using is struct employee. I have declared a variable for it, struct employee E. Now suppose if I want to know the joining date of that employee, how will I do? E dot, what is the main class? Employee class. Employee class variable is E. E dot, what is the date structures variable? DOJ. So E dot DOJ dot D. Okay. First is employees variable E dot date structures variable is DOJ. So E dot DOJ dot then its members. So E dot DOJ dot D equal to 10, E dot DOJ dot M equal to 1, E dot DOJ dot Y equal to 2015. Just print it. E dot DOJ dot D, M and Y. So date of joining is 10, month of joining is 1, year of joining is 2015. Is it clear? So this is what you have in the two structure definition. Fine. Now suppose if you have structures using Typedef. The structure defined using the keyword Typedef is called type defined structure. Okay. So with the keyword Typedef if you have. How do you do that is using the keyword Typedef, struct, then the data type and members and put the tag name. Understood? Before how you used to give struct tag name. Here what? Typedef and struct both are keyword. put the members, and before putting the semicolon give the tag name. Okay, this is how you can do. This is just for the reference how you are defining the structure using Typedef. So now coming to the difference between arrays and structure. What are the difference between arrays and what are the difference between structure? Arrays means it is a collection of elements of the same data type. That is the main difference, of same data type. Whereas structure is a collection of elements of different data type. Is it clear? Structure is a collection of elements of different data type. Now an array is a derived data type, whereas structure is a user defined data type. Correct? User defined, right? We are defining the members of that structure. Now array uses index or subscript for accessing elements, whereas structure uses dot operator. Remember, array uses index, whereas structure uses dot operator for accessing the member. Now an array is a pointer to the first element of it, whereas structure is not at all a pointer. Fine. Example, int a of 10, whereas example for structure is struct employee, give the members, end it with the semicolon. This is how you define structures. Is it clear? So this is the basic concept or the differences that is between the arrays and structures. Fine. So you should know how we are defining. So whenever you are writing a program, first after the header file, put the structure definition. Inside the main function, define the structure variable. Using the structure variable and then the dot operator with the member name, you can access each field of it. Okay, while reading as well as while printing. Then comes array of structures. It is very important. Suppose if you want to read the or if you want to store the details of multiple employees or multiple students or anything like that, multiple entries, you can make use of arrays of structures. Okay, so in that case, while declaring the variable, use array concept. Fine. So this is about the structure concept. Thank you for listening.